Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on live with us. I'm Susie, for those of you that haven't met me, and I'm here with Erin.
Hi.
We are so excited to share a little bit about what we do as coaches, kind of how we got started, our stories, our fears, some of our favorite things, and a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with mine. So I've been a coach for about 4 years now. I started as a gym rat. I was working out with a trainer who was absolutely amazing. I loved him. And I was eating clean. I had a great nutrition plan. I was doing 2 days most workouts. And one of my coworkers was like, hey, why don't you join me and do this like 21-day fix thing at home and you can lose a couple pounds. And I was like, no, I really like working out at the gym. And she was like, well, what do you have to lose? And I was like, literally, I could get off this plateau that I was on and that would be great. But okay, why not? So I gave it a shot. And in 21 days, I lost 10 pounds and 10 inches. And I was like, okay, Kristen, what is the deal? Like, tell me more. And come to find out, I was working out and doing the right things, but I was under eating and I wasn't, excuse me, I was under eating and I wasn't fueling my body with the right things. And with the 21-day fix, I learned that I wasn't eating enough food and I learned how to properly fuel my body. And that's why I had those results. So I hit the ground running and I decided to give coaching a shot and I've never looked back. So when I started, I am a teacher. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm a teacher in Fairfax County. I'm an art teacher, and we don't make a lot of money, and I've always had a side hustle. I've always worked lots of odd-end jobs, and doing something on part-time was just norm for me. And when coaching was presented to me, I was like, no, I don't actually have any time for me or myself or another business, so there's no way. And I quickly found out that being your own boss is actually pretty amazing because I get to call the shots. I make my own schedule. I work when I want to, and I make it work with me. And the best part about it is I can take it on the road with me, which is awesome because I'm such a travel bug in the summer. So I quickly learned that I can make this business. I can work as much as I want, or I can work as little as I want. And as a teacher, that works out really well because I can fit 20 minutes in before school, or I can check in with my clients and my challengers during lunch, or I can work in the evening, whatever works for me. And every single day is a little bit different. So every single day in my business is a little bit different and it still works for me. So my biggest fear when I started coaching was time and like figuring out how I would make it fit. And now I'm literally just teaching and just coaching. This is my only side hustle. And it's so amazing because I'm working way less than I was and I'm financially able to stay home and do all this extra fun stuff because of coaching. So that's kind of how I got started into this coaching biz. So Erin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your story and what one of your fears was when you got started?
Yeah, so I started my Beachbody journey 2 years ago, exactly. And I was 220 pounds. I'm a single mom. Now my kids are 10 and 12. And I had just fallen into that typical kind of mom role where you take care of everybody but yourself. I was working full time. I had no time. And I would have considered myself active. I, went to the park with my kids, or I rode bikes with them, or did anything like that. But when I went to the doctor when I was having all this weight gain, and ended up seeing a cardiologist for some past issues I've had, they told me that I had to incorporate strength training. And for many months, I was like, no, they're all wrong. I don't have to do strength training. I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to a gym. I don't have money for that. I don't have time. I can just walk more. I can jog more. I tried to do a couch to 5K and nothing worked. I was still gaining weight. My numbers were out of control. I was pre-diabetic. And so I had a friend who posted about this on Facebook and I was like, you know what do I have to lose? I can do it at home. No one's going to see me. No one's going to know what I'm doing. I don't have to tell anybody. And I ordered it and it was like my secret for a while. And then she was like, you know what? You should join my group. It's really supportive and it's a great environment. And I was like, I don't want people to know I'm doing this. Like, I don't want accountability because that scared me. And I jumped into this group really hesitantly and found so much support. And, just the way my life is, it's a little isolating sometimes when you have so much stuff going on. And so to have this group of like-minded people who were supportive and encouraging and sharing recipes, and I was like, this is kind of amazing. And I wasn't doing shakes at the time because I couldn't afford them. And so my coach said to me, why don't you become a discount coach? And then you could afford shakes and maybe you can help some people. And I was like, you're crazy. Like I have so much more weight to lose, but people were starting to ask me what I was doing. And I was referring them to my coach. And she was like, really, you could do this and do shakes? And I said no for so long, because at that point I had lost like 20 or 25 pounds and I had so much more to go. And I didn't think that I could inspire anyone. And I literally said, I will put up one transformation post and I will say what I'm doing. And if nobody responds, I'm done. That's the end of my coaching career. I was giving it one day, because that really makes sense to do anything. Most people can start a business in one day. But I did, and I got responses, and I was like, okay, like from then it just snowballed. And a couple months later, I went on a trip and I met the team. I showed up in a hotel room where I didn't know anyone, and I met the team, and that really kind of locked it in for me. But I think my biggest fear was one that I didn't really know anyone well in this environment. The girl who was my coach, I had gone to elementary school with. So I didn't know her in my adult life. And I was by no means perfect. I have a huge sweet tooth. I'm an ice cream addict. I'm constantly a work in progress. And so I felt like, how can I possibly inspire anybody to do this, to make these changes when I am so far from perfect? But what I realized is that people relate to that. They want to do that. They want to be on this journey with you. They want you to be just as in it as they are. And they want to see your struggles, and they want to be able to do it with you. And so it kind of quickly turned from a, no, this is all crazy, to, wow, this is such a different environment than I ever expected.
And I think there's so much to be said about that inspiring piece about how, you and I, we both live very different walks of life. Erin has 2 children and I am a dog, I guess married 2 years now with a dog, and that's my life. And we both are able to figure out how to juggle this business in our crazy schedules on our own time, while we're still like in with this journey. Like we are by no means perfect. And I think that through this journey, I'm inspiring someone I'm inspiring people that are following me because of who I am, and people are following you because of who you are and the story that you've gone through. And every coach in this business is inspiring different kinds of people. And that's so important to talk about, because I'm Susie Shank and you are Erin McCarthy, and people are going to follow us for who we are, not because of the company, but because of who we are and the struggles that we've been through and the great things that have happened to us in our lives. So that's awesome. I just wanted to piggyback off of that.
Well, and I think it's really fun too. Like you said, we're also different, but we work together as a team. So
yes.
If you have people who have different struggles or who are going through different situations, then there may be people on the team who can also offer support. So it's not like it's just me attracting my kind of people and helping my kind of people. We have this huge network.
Yeah. And the team is super supportive, and the community is incredible, like you mentioned, with the challenge groups. With that being said, I kind of want to share a little bit more about my story and my why. So being a teacher, obviously, we don't make a lot of money. And so when I first started coaching, I signed up as a discount coach to get the discount. And then when Kristen asked me if I wanted to share my story and become a coach, I was like, okay, I need money and I need a side hustle, so why not? So when I dove in, I had no idea the financial opportunity here. No idea. I was like, cool, if I can get my shakes paid for, then I'm done. Like, that's it. I'm ready to go. And then I was like, wow, I can pay my cell phone bill. I can pay my mortgage. I can look at houses. Like last year we moved into a house in March, and we were looking at houses that I never ever imagined that I would be able to like go and look. Like when we put them on that list, I was like, this is out of our price range. And I was like, actually it's not. Like it's totally reasonable, because I've got Beachbody and I'm doing such a great job in my business, and then some, that I can afford to look past the teacher salary and look past my husband's salary. And because of Beachbody, we could buy our dream home, which is amazing. And I'm so thankful to have been able to find this home. But I'm using this business because I love it so much. I love helping people every single day. I love the community. I love being able to inspire people around me and help others in their own fitness journey. But I'm also super thankful for the financial opportunity, because I never ever would have been able to move into this home without Beachbody. There's no way. So I'm super thankful for that. And this year, 2019, I plan on making it a really big year in my business, a really big year for my husband and I. And I actually, every year I make a dream board, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. And I write down things on here on my dream board, stuff like building my own studio, getting hardwood floors. I'm going to pay for those in cash. My big one here is I want to grow my income to $5,000 a month. Now, I don't want to do that before the end of the year. I actually want to do that before my birthday in September, and I know that seems like it's really far away, but if I can make $5,000 a month just on the side in this business, like that is amazing to me. And I watch some of the coaches on our team who are making six figures a year, who are making $35,000 a month just coaching, and they've been doing it just as long as I have. I'm like, oh my God, this business is amazing. You can put a little bit in and get a little bit out, or you can go and run as fast as you want, and you can go straight to six figures and you can get anything you want. You just have to put in the work. So that's a little bit about my goals and my vision board, and I hang it in my office so I can see it every single day as, a daily reminder of like, this is why I'm showing up every single day in my business, and these are the goals that I'm pushing towards. So, yeah.
So I also did a vision board, and Susie knows that one of my big goals is to be able to buy a house and get a dog. So when she talks about her dream house and her dog, Frankie, it is like it literally like makes me giddy, because that is what we are working towards. So like I said, I am a single mom. I live on a very tight budget. There was never really room for extras. I've gone through times that there was definitely more month at the end of my money. And it's really hard. I want my kids to not only see happy, healthy me, but to be able to do things with them. I was a huge traveler when I was younger, pre-kids, pre-divorce, pre-all of that. And I want to get back to that. I want to show them places. And so even in the short time that I have been doing this, it kind of went from, okay, I can have my shakes paid for, to, oh my gosh, I can, pay for the trip that we went on, or I can do things like that. The first year I drove to New Orleans just to be able to go. And I drove my kids on vacation that summer. And it is so nice to be able to do those things as well as look at the long-term goals. So my goal this year is to definitely, hit some bigger numbers, but also the fact that I have this feeling in me that I have the tools to be able to do these things, that I can take my kids. We're going on a paid for vacation in a few weeks. Susie will be coming to Florida, and we're all going on a cruise. And
I can't wait.
I know, to be able to do those things, and the feeling of just being able to do them, and the feeling of being able to look at things and think, someday we'll have a house and I'll be able to give my kids the dog that they want. And all of that is so unbelievable to me, because I was definitely one of those people who kind of felt like I was stuck in their circumstances. Things happen, and how do you dig your way out? And I was working full time, and it still wasn't enough. And so to find a side business that I literally work on myself every single day, and I'm healthier and happier and have more energy and am not an insomniac anymore. And even with my full-time job that I had, I got it and I went for it because of the confidence that this business has given me. And seeing people be successful and hit their goals and all of that, that feeds me every day. And so my goal, definitely, I have some financial goals. I have some things that I want to hit. I want to build up a savings. I want to, go on a trip. My kids want to see snow, which I grew up in Massachusetts. I don't have that. Oh, I can't wait to get to see snow, but they're dying for it. But I want to do that by helping more people hit their goals and having more women come to me and say, oh my gosh, I didn't think that I could do this. I didn't think that I could get out of where I was. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom who, misses having that income, but still wants to be with your kids, or you're working full time and it just isn't enough, or whatever your situation is. I think my goal is to help people just not feel stuck you're not stuck in your weight. You're not stuck in your financial situation. You're not stuck if you're lonely because you live somewhere that you don't know a lot of people. I mean, this whole environment has literally changed how I feel about possibilities and opportunity and the power that we have to change ourselves and help others do it too.
I love that. And that makes me think of like one of my favorite things about coaching is the helping other people. And, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I got a text message and it was from one of my clients, and she messaged me and she was like, literally, you saved my life. She was like, if I had never met you or if we had never crossed paths on Instagram, she was like, I never would have known about Beachbody. And she was like, I'm so thankful every day because of you. And actually, she decided to sign up as a coach this week. And I'm really excited to help her get started in her own business because she sees the value of this business and the community. And it's so amazing. And, you know, one of my favorite things is getting those text messages from people or having those conversations with people who tell me, because of you, I didn't give up. Or because of you, I'm in my pre-pregnancy jeans. And because of you, I was able to complete a program start to finish. Man, I just got chills. But it's those little things, and it makes the difference. And yes, we are doing at-home fitness, and yes, it's not for everybody, but I have challengers who do it at the gym because that's what works for them, because they need people around them to motivate them and make them push harder. So that's one of my favorite things. So thank you for mentioning that, Erin, because I love it, and it feels so amazing knowing that you help somebody reach their goals. Because if we can do it, you guys can do it, anybody can do it. It just takes a little guts, a little courage, and you got to have faith. But really quickly before I let Erin share what her favorite thing is, I did want to share another fear of mine. So when I first started, Kristen was like, do this, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I don't want to do coaching because I don't want to be in sales and I don't want to sell stuff. And I know that this is a big fear that a lot of you have because you don't want to be in sales, right? Everybody else is in sales. You don't want to be pushy. You don't want to push product. You don't want to do anything. I can tell you firsthand, Erin and I, when people ask us about our business, the first thing, we never ever say, oh, I'm in sales, I'm selling, I'm doing this, because that's not what we're doing. We're helping women find confidence within themselves. We're sharing our journeys. We're sharing our stories. And never do I ever consider this sales, because it's not. Yes, technically it is. I'm in sales, right? We are selling products and we are selling memberships to get all access to Beachbody On Demand. But at the end of the day, it's not about the sale. It's about that woman behind the sale and what her goals are and how I can help her get one step closer to her goals. So when I hear people say they're really concerned about becoming a coach because they don't want to sell stuff or they don't have to be sales, they don't want to be salesy. I don't feel like I'm in sales. Erin doesn't feel like she's in sales. I don't feel like I'm salesy. I'm just sharing my journey. And through sharing my journey, I'm inviting people to join me along the way. And if you're one of those people listening to this and you're like, oh, I would like to help people along the way, and maybe hitting goals every month is not for you, that's totally fine. Again, you're your own boss, so you get to call the shots. So if you want to help one person this month and maybe be a discount for the next 6 months and then help somebody else in the summer, you are your own boss. So I just wanted to hit on that really quickly, Erin. So tell us, what is one of your favorite things about coaching?
Yeah. So just to your point about sales, I mentioned that I work full time. I'm actually a sales manager. So
I forgot that.
I am a sales manager for a business and sell to other businesses, and I do it all day long. And believe me, if I felt like this was sales, I would be over it, because that's my day job. Who wants to come home and continue that at night? But this is so different. So I totally get your point of like, yes, ultimately there is a product that we're selling, but it is so different because it's so personal and you're helping people. And I think that kind of ties into what my favorite thing is, that it's such a community and it takes all kinds of people. So whether it's our coach team, that we have people who just want the discount, or people who, you know, want to share their journey but aren't taking this on as a real business, or some of us who are all in with big $5,000 a month goals and, you know, still do it essentially part-time, but have really big goals that they want for their own businesses. And even when it comes to our challengers and the people in our groups, you know, I have people who want nutrition plans and want to be checked in with and want to stay on a program. And I have people who are training for marathons who need something to do a couple days a week that they want to supplement. And so I really love that like Susie said, you know, this is for everyone. And so if you have the friend who goes to the gym every day, maybe they still don't realize what a pre-workout could do to enhance what they do at the gym. Or, you know, you have someone who wants really just the team atmosphere. I feel like giving literally everybody a place where they can land and be welcomed and be able to get the motivation they need and find the support they need and maybe find some new really good friends along the way is such a rarity, especially in this world with all that's going on and everything. So I think the community, whether it's our coach community or our groups or whatever, the fact that you can literally open up your Facebook and be met with a smile because somebody is sharing something good, or somebody needs you, or somebody wants help with something, or somebody's been promoted. Like, that is unbelievable, because there are days that I wake up or my kids are crazy or work's been bad. And I know that within this, I have the ability to turn my attitude around. And that doesn't mean that there aren't hard days. It's work. It's a job. We have big goals. It doesn't mean there aren't days that I don't want to do some of it or that I struggle or whatever, but just knowing that this is such a positive environment where you have such an opportunity is really the most incredible surprise out of all of this and feeling.
And it is just like you said, it is just so positive. And I've worked in a lot of toxic environments, and it's just so draining being in such a negative space all day long. And like you said, we can lean on anybody in our community, whether it's the challengers, the clients, the customers, the coaches, whoever it is. We are all so supportive, and it doesn't have to be fitness related. And I think there's so much to be said about the community, because it is, as an adult, it's really hard to make friends. And it is just so amazing to be able to just like sign into the community and just see that outpouring love towards you if you're having a hard day or whatever it is. So yeah, thank you for hitting on that, Erin. That is so important.
And I think that's really important from the part of you were talking about as being a CEO. That's scary. We feel like there's so much we have to learn, but having this community, anything that you need is available at your resources. Like, you don't have to come in with business knowledge or fitness knowledge or nutrition knowledge. I tell people I'm like the biggest cheerleader in the world. Like, I know how to find all the resources, I know how to find the information, and I know how to provide the support. And I have a whole team and a company and all of that backing me and giving me the ability to do that.
Yep. And we've got tons of training and tons of resources, and we've all done it, and we have everything for you guys, for when you to sign up, and trainings and everything, all the resources, so that when you are ready to take the plunge and join our team, everything is there for you, and we will help you every step of the way. And I think that's really it. You know, there's so much to be said about being your own boss. And at the end of the day, you get to choose if you want to walk, if you want to jog, or if you want to run. And whatever kind of coach you decide to be, Erin and I are going to join you by your side and be with you every step of the way to help you have success, just like both of us have. So thank you guys so much for listening in, and we are so excited for you to continue on your journey with us, and we're so excited for what's ahead for 2019. Let us know what questions you have, or comments, whatever it is that you are still wondering about coaching, and we are so excited for you guys to join us.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.